Bye, 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 bye. Oh, hi. How are you? Good, good. How am I? Well, I just spent the better part of my evening gobbling down on some salted caramel popcorn rubbed in duck fat. Why? Because I'm gluttonous and I'm bougie. And that makes me expensive. Look and listen. I'm 25 years old. I'm between 40 and 50 pounds overweight. I have a brain that's an expert at telling me what I don't have and identifying what could go wrong. I'm unfocused. I can also be a messy bitch. I'm also unemployed. Stop right there. No, but I just... No. It's illegal to speak about yourself in that way. Who are you? I'm the anti-self-deprecatory mocking agency, and I will not let you speak about yourself in that way. Okay. Okay? Okay. Okay. So let's try this again. Fine. I'm 25 years old. And thriving? Sure, but old. Oh, young? There we go. So, you're 25 years young, and... Okay, I get it. I am 25 years young. I understand that weight is not static, that as long as I stay in it with intention, I will be where I need to be. My mind is my most powerful tool and my best friend. And it's great at highlighting potential danger. But it's also great at giving hope and building strength and highlighting my greatest potential. I understand that my surroundings can influence my state of mind. It's a good one. And that as the cleaner I keep my room and my workspace and anywhere where I'm my most productive self, the better I'll be. The better I can think and execute. Also, sitting in a room for 10 minutes in complete silence, listening to everything around you, thinking about where you are, and listening to the noises around you can really help. It's really useful. Good job. High five. No. Come on. There we go. So what you essentially just saw is what my brain looks and sounds and feels like. Negative thoughts are constant. They're my normal, and I've accepted that. But the thing that I have kept in mind over the years is that they're just thoughts. And negative thoughts are constant for me. They're my normal. I've accepted that. But what I've kept in mind is that my intention and my conscious interaction with my positivity, those are the things that keep my negative thoughts at bay. They're really my most powerful tool at putting those negative thoughts where they belong, in the back alley, in the trash, where I hope they go to rot and die. Negative thoughts also don't reflect my reality. They are just complicated connections in my brain that don't add up to anything. What's true is that I am starting several businesses. I am a hard worker. I try to grow in whatever way I can. I'm also gorgeous and funny and witty. Okay, this is not a Tinder profile, but I wonder what it'd say. Yes, yes. Oh, hi. You caught me during my morning nap, looking like a snack. Or as my friend Damon likes to say, I'm over here looking like a beached whale. Do you see it? No? Take a minute. Still no? Take a minute. Still nothing? Okay. Anyway, as good as I've gotten at dodging my anxiety and my negative thoughts, it's become more creative at rearing its ugly head. The other night, I had a rough time falling asleep. Now, I have everything I need. I have a weighted blanket. I have this nighttime sleepy thingamajig. I have an air-conditioned room. I have a dewy face for my nighttime face routine. Pretty much everything a prince needs to feel safe and keep his beauty regimen on point. Suddenly, I shot up out of bed, breathing heavily, the way I would feel when I got claustrophobic as a child. Bye. So the last time I felt this closed in and restless, I had been indoors all day with my windows closed, and that ended up being the case. That day I was inside, and I didn't even think about, I didn't even go outside to take out the trash. And the problem was though, is that I was already in bed, right? It was the middle of the night. I wasn't gonna go outside, especially not as a black person in a new place. So trying to fall asleep, investigating why I couldn't sleep, and trying to fix not being able to go to sleep ended up keeping me up until 3 a.m. And I woke up the next day at noon. And what do? I immediately scroll through Instagram and I stumble upon a new film of Timothée Chalamet's, rather a clip of it, along with Bella Hadid on the red carpet at Cannes. Brief history lesson. I am an aspiring filmmaker / entrepreneur, screenwriter, artist, and auteur, and I failed many, many times. I've succeeded too. But these kinds of posts can be very triggering for me. So immediately I start spinning. Oh my God, Bella Hadid out here looking fine on the red carpet in France. Timothée Chalamet out here getting standing ovations. How the hell they do that in 9 hours? He went and did the Wes Anderson collaboration. I'm a failure. It's a Wednesday. I should be working. I'm lazy. I was anxious because I was like, oh my God, I'm 25 years old. He's the same age as me. My best years are flying by. I just went out of control. And finally, I just took a breath. Caught myself. And I thought, why am I reacting this way? So I decided the best thing to do would be to educate myself about the feeling that I was having, about the reasons I was acting a certain way, and digging and reflecting. So I went ahead and watched a TED Talk, as I do, about procrastination, and some things aligned, some things clicked. I wasn't jealous of Timothée Chalamet's success or Bella Hadid's. Really, I know what it takes to be a model. I am a model, having graced the cover of Vogue 8 times. That's one more than Gwyneth Paltrow. I can tell you it's hard work. The work that they put into their art
is what mattered. It's what made me bitter. Looking at them, all I saw was a mirror reflecting my lack of work. Sure, you could say it's their money and their privilege and their luck, but I had all the tools I needed. I had encouraging parents, I had some level of stability, I had everything I needed to forge a path to make my dreams come true. I could go to festivals. Would it be Cannes? Maybe. But Cannes itself isn't the point. Fame and fortune isn't the point. The work is the point. Building a sense of community around something you love is the point. And that was a really powerful lesson for me. You know, I didn't have that community, or I did have that community, but I was letting it stay idle. So it was something that stuck with me the whole day because it was so potent, it was so prevalent in my life. And it was something that not only I had felt, but my friends had felt, and my parents who were artists felt. So knowing that I alone had the power to make my dreams come true, that comparing yourself to someone else is actually useless, that being inspired by someone is the way to go, that was the best direction to take. It was like I was growing wings and I could fly among the stars. And I don't know, it just felt great.
So I'm talking to you like this because it's the morning and my face is puffy, and I would be sad looking at myself in the camera. To experiment with this theory that I had about creativity, I spent the rest of the afternoon that I had left and all of next day working on my creativity. I filmed YouTube videos, I worked on my book, I worked on my script, and my day job, which is also creative to some degree. I looked through film festivals to see where I might be able to submit, and later that night, I looked at the Chalamet clip with An Evolved Pair of Eyes. Now, there's one other piece of information I did not share. Timothy and I have known each other for 10 years. We both auditioned for LaGuardia. He got in, I did not. But we've both watched each other's careers grow. So we kept in touch. You know, he would text me like, hey, I got into this movie with Greta Gerwig and Saoirse Ronan, and I'd be like, cool, I just made the short film starring me as a prostitute. I would watch him on Homeland from a computer screen in between shifts at Whole Foods. But, you know, like whatever, we kept in touch. So this year he invited me to Cannes. Said he didn't have a date, so I was like, okay, don't have to ask me twice, and took me with him, and I was on set. I got to play his dad / best friend, and it was all about our road trip. Actually, I'm not sure if that was something else. I'm in so many of these movies, it's hard to even tell. For myself, it's hard to know. Am I delusional? Yet another colorful demonstration of my brain. Now, I never got hot and crazy around famous people. Instead, whenever I went to a concert or a party or a play or a premiere or a movie, I would think, I belong on that set. I belong with these people. How do I get here? How do I get, on that stage? And if I wasn't doing everything possible to get there, then I would feel off balance. And so when I look at posts like that, I would get anxiety because I wouldn't think, wow, they're rich, wow, they're famous. I think there are people doing art. There are people who have built a community around their art. So that's what I started doing. And then I looked at those posts with new eyes. I looked at those posts and thought, that's cool, that's nice, but didn't go further than that. I mean, thinking about it now, I could literally refilm the scene that Wes cut me out of and feel great about myself. In fact. These white walls are so clean, so crisp and calming. I love a man who compliments his own house in front of his guests. But you're right, Actually reminds me of my mom's room at the psychiatric clinic. So,
Was she ill?
I don't know. She put earwax in my dad's tea one time because God told her to. Said it would make him kinder.
I've always loved your father. He was a delightful butler. I don't have many people over these days, but I saw you and I thought, there's a man with a story to tell.
Most people in New York have a story or two. Why me?
Truthfully, you seemed accessible.
Is that a compliment?
Why would I insult you? I'd never waste good tea on someone I was trying to insult. Sugar?
No, thank you. How long does it take your water boiler to boil water? I'm expected back at work in 15 minutes.
There's more than enough time for tea. Where do you work?
A hotel. I'm a waiter.
And what does a waiter at a hotel do during the early afternoon hours? No one's eating.
I serve people tea.
Water's boiled. What kind of tea would you like?
I take it you have green.
Of course.
Awfully brown for green tea, but
I said earlier that I loved your father and you didn't bat an eye. But when I said your name and invited you in, you seemed confused.
I might have at first, but then I remembered who you were. And then no, I didn't bat an eye, because I knew you knew my father. Okay. Sorry. Should I have acknowledged that?
Maybe, but that's alright. I'm your godfather. That's the real reason I picked you from the street.
I figured that would be the reason. I'm certainly not the most interesting person walking down Fifth Avenue.
You probably only remember me from the pictures. Nice to meet you. I'm Johnny. Surprised me to learn you're a waiter.
Surprised me to learn that I'd be speaking to my godfather today.
Your father.
Ed.
I'm sorry?
Ed. Ed. You keep saying my father. My father's name is Ed.
Oh, yes. Ed. Ed owned and operated his own company.
Yes. He did quite well. He sold swimwear.
Yes. So why is his son a waiter if he does well owning and operating a swimwear selling company?
I don't know. It's part of his value system. And families are complicated.
Indeed.